Hey everyone. Are you tired of all the concert photography hassles? All the things? I got a list here. It's kind of like having to get a media pass, worries about bad lighting, that pink and blue stuff, uh, low cost, high cost of getting tickets if you have to get tickets. You need a fancy camera, fancy lenses, f2.8, and all that good junk. Um, there's a better way of doing it, especially if you're first starting out. And in this video, I'm going to go over a lot of the things that you need to know to start out without having to go to low lit clubs, deal with the wrong kind of music, or headaches or that kind of thing. So stay tuned, and we're going to take care of that in just a second. I'm Robert Maxfield, and I've been a concert photographer in the Dallas Fort Worth area for, oh, you don't want to know, going on 45 years. And a lot of things have changed, and the way you do things to become a concert photographer have changed drastically since the 70s and 80s, that's for sure. But a lot of the stuff that's going on right now, you don't have to deal with the hassles of dealing with it. You don't have to deal in I'm going to tell you a way you don't have to deal with media passes, bad lighting, small clubs, having to hassle with agents and have to hassle with the venues and all that garbage. I'm going to tell you how you there's a way to get your stuff for your portfolio without having to deal with all that. And the number one thing in our area, and it's probably the same across the country, maybe around the world, we have half a dozen counties or cities in our area that put on uh, free in the park, or they have places that they seal off part of the town, and they hold public um, concerts. And I mean, we're talking some big name people, national touring bands usually in them. We have one that we do every year in Lewisville, Texas, that on average it runs 2 days, and it has 13 bands. Um, it's a public event, so if you want to go in there and shoot from the crowd with your camera, they're not going to do anything or say anything to you. I mean, people are out there with their cell phones. They're out there. If you have a little better camera, it'll be all right. If you want to go ahead and get a little closer, get into the pit area, then go through the hassles and the headaches that you normally would have to. That's what you've got to do. You go through, you get a hold of the city and Parks and Recreation, or you get a hold of the band and you get one of them to get you a press pass to get into that area. In fact, one of the ones we just did was in Plano, Texas. It's called the Texas Forever Festival. It had two national touring headliners, and there was six bands. I think it was free. Parking was free. They didn't do anything. I got media and backstage passes simply because I got a hold of the bands and I was got a hold of the city and I asked for them. I told them who I was with and what I do, and they bent over backwards. They were incredible to deal with. So, but if you didn't do that and you wanted to show up and do it, the concert ended at 7:30 at night. Here in Texas at this time of year, it's still daylight outside, so you have a little bit of shadow. It's not bad. So you didn't have to deal with any kind of pink and blue lighting or weird stuff or not enough lighting and high ISOs and super wide openings on your lens. You shot it like normal daylight, and that's what you did. I think I shot the whole concert series at 400 ISO, so there's no high ISOs to mess with, none of that dealing with. Nobody's going to hassle you, and then depending on what you want to do with the photos, um, you can contact the band and say, hey, look, I got photos. If you want some, I'll share you a Google Drive with you. You can have them, and that's a good thing to do. Or you can keep them for your personal self or do whatever. The only real difference is you're not going to get as close, and you'll have to deal with other people that get in your way and you bump into. It's a little more congested than it is in the photo pit area, but great way to work on your portfolio, especially if you're a novice, brand new to doing this. What you do is you've got normal daylight. You treat it like normal daylight. You don't have to worry about any funky lights, any temperature, color temperatures, and all that stuff. You just crop, edit, and do whatever your composition you want to do, and you put it on your website or Instagram or Facebook or print it or whatever you want to do. So there's no real headaches as far as that. So like I said, here in the Dallas Fort Worth area, we got six locations, 6 cities and counties that actually hold these kind of events all through the year. They're publicly funded, so the artist isn't charging. In fact, we saw one artist a couple years ago that was in Fort Worth at Billy Bob's the night before, and they were charging $40 to get into Billy Bob's, or you could see them across town in Garland for nothing. And I for us, the drive was the same distance, Fort Worth or Garland, so it didn't matter. But zero was a lot better, and it just so happened I got a hold of the band and before the show and made arrangements, and I took photographs. And I did my normal thing, but there are a lot of guys out there that are roaming around out in the audience with cameras taking pictures, and that's a simple and easy way to do it. So look for those free shows. Look for the stuff that you can do that are in festivals that are done by the local cities and areas, and take a few of those. And then if you want, write letters to the city, write letters to Parks and Recreation departments, write letters to the artist and that kind of stuff. You may get a little better access, and that's a plus, but it gives you time to practice what you're doing without having to go through a lot of headache and hassle. If you found anything interesting in this video, hey man, hit the like button, subscribe, do whatever you do on YouTube. And if you have any comments, confusions, concerns, man, we'd love to hear from you. Go ahead and post something in the comments, and we'll get back to you. But thanks for viewing, and look for those public free shows, because free is free. See ya.